another episode of Help My People show. And today I'm really excited because I have with me Vikram, and he's currently working in a robotic industry. Thank you so much for coming to my show. It's really an honor and pleasure to have you in my show, and thank you for accepting it.
Thank you so much for inviting me and having me here.
So without wasting any further time, today we are going to learn a lot from Vikram about his career stories. So yes, I would like him to introduce himself.
So, hi people, this is Vikram. I'm from India. I'm actually from southern part of India, and I came to Germany before 5 years. It's been 5 years, and I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's in international business, and I'm currently also working in a robotic company as a robot operator, just like a working student.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And Vikram, could you please tell us more about your childhood? How did you grow up as a child?
Okay, I'm basically from a humble background. My parents are working in a government institutions. You know that Indian public schools, and my dad is a principal, and my mom is working as a junior assistant who keeps record of all the students' data, etc. And I grew up in a small town called Tekali, and that's in Andhra Pradesh. And my childhood was, I don't know how to say it, it was beautiful, it was awesome, and I studied in a state board school, and it's a Christian missionary school. So I used to grow up, I grew up with multilingual people because I had to live in a town which is just the border of Orissa and Andhra Pradesh, and so I know both the languages. And because of my mother tongue Oriya, now I can also speak Hindi because it's a bit similar. Like you can, if you know Oriya, you can basically learn Hindi very fast. And thanks to Cartoon Network and thanks to all other child, you know what I mean. Those things help me learn Hindi. So basically I speak Telugu, Oriya, Hindi, English, and now after coming to Germany, I had to learn, sorry for that, I had to learn German because otherwise I can't get into German universities, which is a must here.
Yes.
So yeah, and I speak 5 languages. So coming back to my childhood, as I said about my parents, they were working, and I have a sibling, so we used to just have fun with sports. India, I mean, cricket is in the blood of Indians, so we used to play a lot of cricket, and I personally like badminton and volleyball. So that was basically all about my sports. And then I had a lot of friends who we used to just gather around on weekends and have a lot of fun. And also school used to organize some sport activities, picnic activities, so that used to be a lot of get-togethers kind of thing. And yeah.
Really interesting. And I'm now curious, how was your youth days? How was your teenage life? How did you grow
Teenage
up?
life.
Yes.
This is so teenage. So basically when you enter into, like when you start your puberty, that's where you start your teenage, right? And because of all these hormonal changes in your body, you don't know what you are actually doing, and and lot of, you know, crushes on girls, you know, a lot of stupid stuff you would do. And my teenage was actually, I would say, I had one-sided love. So if I have to talk about my love life, so I don't want to mention her name, but I had one-sided love for about 8 years. I never expressed that because she used to be my family member, and I thought it would be a bit weird to express her that love. And teenage was mostly with sports, girls, friends, all this stuff.
And time flight, just like that.
Just time flew.
Okay. So now we will go to your bachelor's.
Sure.
So what did you choose? Which field did you choose in your bachelor's?
Okay, this is a long story. I did my 11th and 12th from India, but I took biology, physics and chemistry. By taking biology, physics and chemistry, you can't go to engineering courses in my state at least. So either I had to choose medicine, veterinary, these subjects, or entirely you can opt for like BBA or later MBA. So I chose biology, physics, chemistry because I thought to be a doctor would be so cool. And because the Indian parents have this mindset that मेरा बच्चा either engineer बनेगा या doctor बनेगा और कोई option नहीं है उसके लिए. So and that's the reason you're so young and immature to know what suits best for you, right? So at that age I thought being a doctor would be cool. हाँ मेरा चश्मा है, I would look good with a white coat and all. But later, after doing my 12th, so I was preparing for medicine course and I gave NEET and all, which didn't quite work for me. I got 50,000 rank in NEET and like 12,000 rank in my state examinations, which don't get you a place in medicine. So I had to think something else, and I had 4 options, either UK, US, Russia or Germany. So Germany was a lot cheaper compared to other countries. So that's the reason I chose to come to Germany. But at first I thought I would get into medicine because as a 19-20 year, just getting out of your teenage years, you think that you can achieve whatever you want in the world. So I thought of getting into medicine. Then after I came here, I did my student college, which is like a 1-year pre-course to get into university. And then I completed my student college. But later I thought, no, this is not the field I want to be in. And my personality is aligned or inclined towards business mostly. So I thought, let's get together your personality and what you want to pursue. So that would benefit you in long term. So then I got into international business, and currently I'm in my 3rd semester doing international business.
So Vikram, now I'm curious, why did you choose international business in your bachelor's?
My personality was a lot more aligned to go out, speak to people, traveling, learning new things. So I thought international business would open a lot of opportunities, world of opportunities for me, and that would make my career grow, and that would lead me to have a better position in life. So, and that's the reason I chose international business. And
maybe there is somebody out there who is interested to pursue your field, then what advice would you like to give them? Or could you please tell us an overview about your field? That would be interesting. Yeah.
So I'm not here to advise anybody, but my mentor said once that if you want to excel in anything in your life, try to align your personality with what you choose. That's gonna help you a lot in your long term. So I would tell you, first see how your personality is and then choose what you want to choose. Don't go with what your parents say, because I'm from India. We have this mindset of listening to your elders or society, because you don't know actually at that age, 19-20, what you want to do. So take more time. Don't listen to the world. Just be with yourself and try to know yourself better, and then you choose whatever you want.
Yeah, which it's not only matching to your personality, but also which you are really passionate and interested about. I mean, like, it should be together.
Sure, for sure, I would agree with you.
Yes, interesting. So now I'm also curious to know, like, you came to Germany, so there must be some reason behind why you came to Germany. You could have gone to America or Canada, and I know it's a little bit difficult decision that time, you know?
Yeah. This is a tricky question, but I would say I had in my mind US, UK, Russia or Germany. And in these countries, if you see, Germany was the most open for foreigners. US had some clashes at that time in 2019. I heard a lot of news. And UK, it was overflooded with Indians. And Russia was too cold for me, weather conditions and all. And Germany was the best fit for me. And basically you don't have to pay a lot of tuition fees. which is like half of your expenses if you go to UK and US, more than half I would say, and you have to take loans on top of that, and you would basically suffocate with loans after you even get a job, and you keep on paying it for 10 years, which takes life out of your life. So I thought coming to Germany, you can have a part-time job and work, and then pay your own expenses and don't depend on your parents. So that's the reason basically I chose Germany.
Okay, so now that you have, we are in your past thinking like that time, you have already chosen Germany. So what are the struggles that you faced when you were applying?
When I was applying, struggles, I would say, I was not so open-minded back then. I was 20, so I came here at the age of 20. So struggles, I would say, it was personal, nothing what you can learn from other people or something. It was basically personal because I come from a very small town. So I had to get out of that comfort zone and tell myself that, hey Vicky, just come out of your comfort zone and see what's going in the world. That was basically the first struggle, I would say. But second, of course, it's a new country, new language. Language was the most difficult part when I started. Actually, I started with A1, and I had to take some online classes to basically learn ish, do, then all this basic words like gehen, kommen, and all these basic words, and then I had to apply to visa, and I had to speak also with them in German because they interviewed me at the visa time. That they saw my A1 certificate and they asked me like a couple of questions. I don't remember what were those, but I could answer them. And basically those were the small struggles because I had a bigger picture in my mind. So I didn't take all of them as like big hurdles. Those were pretty easy. But here comes the after story. After you reach Germany, that's where the struggles begin, not before that. Trust me, those are the struggles because I came in 2019. 1 year later, the pandemic started, as you know.
Yes, I also came in 2019, so I can relate.
Wow, yes, exactly. So I came here on a language visa. Then I came here on a language visa, and then I came here on a 6 months contract of a language school, which was given by a language school. So first I came to Heidelberg, you know that place, right? Yes. So I came to Heidelberg, and then I started my language learning from A2 because I already had A1, and I completed till B2, and it took me around 7 to 8 months. And I was actually chilling because I came here to Europe for the first time. So I used to travel a lot with my friends and chill a lot and kept my language aside. But fortunately, I could do B2 until end of 2019. And then when I started applying to universities in March, the pandemic started and everything was shut down. But I was lucky because Hamburg offered me a place for student college, but I had to come in August. So between these months, struggles I would say is lack of money, no job, and here you can't work before you get into university, and if you're lucky you would find some black jobs, and they're so difficult. I would say you have to clean utensils, you have to sweep the floors. Trust me, that's not so easy. Those were the struggles I would say after coming to Germany. But once you get your university, basically you are now focused on something, and that's the reason you came to Germany, right? So you don't waste more time. And when you get into university, you also get your work permit to work, so you can cover your expenses with that money.
Exactly.
And these were all the struggles.
Okay, and then right now just imagine that you reached Germany for the first time, and how was your experience when you first landed in Germany, like the cultural shock and everything?
Oh boy. So I landed in Germany on 4th of February 2019,
Yeah.
which was in winter.
Cold.
Cold. I landed in Frankfurt
Yeah.
with just a small jacket. Then God, I was waiting for the train and I knew how cold it was. It was 4 degrees and I couldn't bear that. Then I had to open my bag and get one more jacket on top of that. And then I took a train to Heidelberg directly. Came out of the central station, which you call Hauptbahnhof. And when I came out, it was so dark. It was 10 o'clock in the morning, so dark. And I know which bus number I had to take. I was looking my mobile. But there are 2 bus stops in the same place. And I don't know which one to take. And both bus stops has the same bus number. So then I understood from one of the Chinese family which was standing beside me. They told me that you have to see the direction of the bus, not the bus number. And then I got to know, okay, I had to take this bus number. Then I took that bus and I got in, I hopped in, and one more family got introduced to me and I told, hey, I'm Vikram, basically this is my first day. You know what they said?
What did they say?
You came to Germany on the very bad time, at a very bad time, because it was winter, 4 degrees. People who come from areas who has a lot of sunlight might feel really depressed when you come,
I feel you.
basically in January and February. So then I asked them, hey, should I buy a ticket or because I didn't see any bus conductor, because there were, I mean, basically in India, if you just hop in and then a bus guy comes and asks you for a ticket. Exactly. So here there was no person asking you. So I asked this family and they told me you need to buy with the bus driver. So then I went to him and I asked him for a ticket and then he gave me a ticket. And then I saw the stop numbers. I was waiting. I think it was 16 stops. Then came my stop. And that was my first experience. That was my first day and it took me about 1 hour to reach my place.
You were really tired and
I was really tired with 2 bags and 1 backpack, 4 degrees Celsius.
I understand.
Oh my God.
And then you went to the university. So how was your first impression when you reached the university?
I didn't start my university right away. So I came to Hamburg. I came to Hamburg in 2020 August. So that was a student colleague phase. That's a pre-university. But I started my university in 2022.
Okay. So basically you were learning the language here?
I learned the language and I did 1 year pre-course, because in India it's 12 year, like after 10th we have 11th and 12th. But here in Germany it's a 13-year course. So in order to fill that gap of the 13th year, you need to do 1 year of a pre-university course which is called student colleague, and that you have to do it in German, complete German. So I did.
So no English in student?
No English. Student colleague is not in English. Maybe you might have somewhere, I heard somewhere they are having the student colleague in English, but I don't know where it is. And it's in private, you need to pay 5,000 euros around for a semester, so which is a lot of money.
And now I'm already curious, how do you apply for a student colleague?
Okay, so some universities which are offering student colleague accept B1. Okay, let me start from here. Language is the criteria to apply for a student colleague. And not only language, you need to give an exam called Aufnahmeprüfung. So when you pass that examination, then you get selected to a student colleague. But in order to give the Aufnahmeprüfung, you need to have a certain level of language, B1, B2.
Does it depend on the university?
It depends on the university. So university tells you this is our requirement, then you can apply to Aufnahmeprüfung. Then you have basically a date, which on that particular day you would have an exam, and everyone who applied for the student colleague would come and write the exam. Who get the best marks would be qualified to study there.
Okay.
That's how you get into a student college.
So it's like a lot of process that you have to do it before you even come and study the university for the bachelor's.
Exactly. For bachelor's, for masters, it's totally different because
Yes.
you can directly come and have
Exactly.
as
Yeah.
you did, I think so.
Yes, exactly. So what are the cultural differences that you face? Like India and Germany, it's really different, right? So what cultural differences?
Okay. There are a lot of cultural differences.
Yeah. Maybe you want to mention some few things where you found it really interesting, or
Okay, so
yeah.
so a culture is everywhere. Even now we are talking, there is a culture between us. There is
Although we are from India, right?
Exactly.
There's a lot of diversity.
Diversity. I'm from South and you're from
Northeast.
Northeast.
Yes.
So there are basically a lot of cultural differences.
Right.
But if you compare with India, here you cannot. So in India you can't drink with your parents.
Right.
Here people drink with their parents, and that's actually normal here.
Yes.
And secondly, you're so you become so punctual after coming to Germany because they just love being on time, they just love being on time, and they respect people who come on time. And being in Germany now, I become so punctual that I am invited me at 2 o'clock. I am here at 1 o'clock already. So
you became more punctual.
That you are wasting your time actually.
Yeah.
That's not sad. But to universities or to your work, you go on time.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. I mean, in India, people don't actually follow the time. That's our culture. If my friend says, "Hum 5 baje milenge," that means calculate it as 6 o'clock or 5:30.
Exactly.
But if here you need to meet your friends, I'm talking about friends, not about professionals or something. You need to meet your friends at 5. You should be there on 5. Otherwise, it's gonna be a bit bitter with them.
Yes.
So that's how German culture is. It's just a glimpse.
Yeah, I can really relate to you because back then when I was giving my interview, I was already 1 hour ahead in front of my laptop and I was waiting for the interview.
See,
So
that's how you
so
become.
punctual.
That's how you become when you come to Germany.
Yes, but then initially when I first applied for my part-time job, actually I wrote an email that I couldn't come for the job interview. But then the manager did not see my email, and then he got really angry and he called me, "Why you didn't come? I already made an appointment." I was like, "Oh no, what did I do wrong? I sent you an email," and from that day I learned my lesson the hard way. I got really punctual, and then till now.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so you asked cultural differences. One more cultural differences, as I'm now working in a company. So when it is your birthday in India, so people bring you a cake and they make you cut the cake and celebrate. But here in Germany, if you have your birthday, you bring your own cake and then you put it on the table for all the people working over there. That's their culture.
I know.
So this is one of the differences.
Yeah, not only cake, but also like you could also take some sweets.
Chocolates, anything
Yeah.
or that sort of type. Because on your birthdays, you don't expect people to come and cheer you up and say happy birthday and all. So it will never happen. Please don't expect that.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And now we would like to talk about your challenges that you face in Germany, like searching for a job, for example. It could be an internship or a Werkstudent, because I know you don't just get job overnight, right? Here you really need to apply, you really need to be patient, give the interview. So could you please tell us your entire experience about searching for a Werkstudent, because I know you're working right now in your field.
So basically there are these online platforms where you can search for jobs, and there are Indeed and some sort of things. I can say more names, but for students basically you can go, if you are a newcomer to Germany, you have this platform called Zenjob, and where you can provide all your documents, and then they're gonna verify it in a day or two and then get back to you. And in that platform you can apply for a lot of jobs. I mean, you can see what kind of jobs they have. For example, I work with Zenjob, so I had to work one day with Zara and one day with Flink and one day with Zalando, something like this. So for students, I don't think it's that difficult if you are really curious to know how things work, and if you have a lot of friends, that's where you get more information from. If your network is your net worth, they say. So when you have a lot of friends, they tell each other, hey, jobs are open here, jobs are open there. So that also kind of helps you finding a job. But as I said, online platforms are basically the ones which I chose to find a job, and that is not that difficult. Just go to Indeed, just go to Job Valley, just go to Zen Job, apply, put all your documents, give your CV, give your basically all the documents, and then some job will come looking for you.
Digging the internet till the end also helps.
Sure. It's all at your fingertips. You don't have to go here and there. It's all at your fingertips.
Yes, right. So now I would like to ask you another question, and that is like the youths out there in India, right? I would like you to speak in your mother tongue. Like maybe they are interested to come abroad for studies, or any advice that you would like to give them. Like those unemployed youths who are out there thinking they are depressed, thinking this is the end of the world and stuff like this. Just a motivation from your mother tongue. I know you speak 2-3 languages, so you can take turn by turn. Yes.
Okay. But let me start with Hindi maybe. I am not so good at Hindi, but कोशिश करूँगा हिंदी में थोड़ा सा. So जो भी अब 12th या 11th में पढ़ रहे हैं, मैं आपको एडवाइस नहीं दूंगा क्योंकि मैं उस पोजीशन में नहीं हूँ जो एडवाइस देने का है. बट मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ कि अगर आपको अपना फ्यूचर अच्छा सा बनाना है और आपको एक पोजीशन में अपने आप को देखना होगा, देन आई वुड से आप कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर आओ थोड़ा. मैं ऐसे नहीं बोलूँगा कि अब हम अपना कल्चर छोड़ दें या इंडिया छोड़ दें, बट बाहर पढ़ाई करना एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, वो सबको नहीं मिलता है. आप अगर कोशिश करोगे, आपको इंटरेस्ट है, तो आपको मिल सकता है ज़रूर. एंड आप नए नए देश देख सकते हो, लोग देख सकते हो. सो वाई नॉट? आप कंफर्ट जोन से निकल के ये सब देखना क्यों नहीं चाहते हो? अगर ग्रो होना है तो कंफर्ट जोन से ऑफ कोर्स बाहर निकलना होगा. सो मैं ये बोलूँगा कि आप अगर जर्मनी आना चाहते हो, इधर अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत सारे पड़े हैं. ये तो लोगों को ढूंढ रहे हैं इधर, एंड यहाँ तो लोगों की कमी है. सो मैं आपको यही सलाह दे सकता हूँ भाई के जैसे कि आप अगर आना चाहते हो तो just go for it, and you would see yourself in 5 years in a better position than you are now. Right. For sure.
आपने इतना अच्छा बात कर दिया, मेरे को खुद ही मोटिवेट हो गया. You want to speak from your mother tongue? Which one do you want to choose?
I can speak Telugu.
Yeah, sure, you can speak Telugu.
But basically it would come out in English also.
No worries.
So, అందరికీ నమస్కారం. మీరు ఒకవేళ జర్మనీ రావాలని అనుకుంటున్నారంటే మీకు చాలా ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ ఆపర్చునిటీని మిస్ అవ్వకండి. మీ కంఫర్ట్ జోన్ నుంచి బయటకు వస్తేనే మీరు ఇవన్నీ చూడగలరు. సో ఒకవేళ మీరు జర్మనీ రావాలని ఆలోచన కనుక ఉంటే ఇది బెస్ట్ టైం మీకు రావడానికి. పబ్లిక్ యూనివర్సిటీస్ బోల్డ్ అని ఉన్నాయి. మీ 12th తర్వాత మీరు ఒక మంచి ఫీల్డ్ చూస్ చేసుకొని లాంగ్వేజ్ నేర్చుకుందాము అని ఒక ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటే ఖచ్చితంగా మీరు జర్మనీ రావచ్చు. అండ్ ఇదే మీకు నేను ఒక అండగా ఇచ్చే సలహా.
Thank you so much.